Well, good morning, Wellspring. And all of you out there in Zoom land and those that will be joining later on. My name is Vicki Avery, and I am just honored to be part of your June 29th service today. And as always, we have a few announcements. So early birds meet Sunday morning at 9:30 via Zoom. Link is in the weekly email or on the website. We're just finishing up a book, and in the next week or so, we'll be starting a new book. The morning discussions are amazing. So please, if you're an early bird, come join us. We have a blast. Speaker for today is our beloved Donna Stryker. And it's okay if you cry. We love you. Yeah, and you're full of emotion, so show it, yeah. Upcoming speakers for July. On the next Sunday, the 6th, is Reverend Kamatara from Las Cruces, now that she's moved here from Albuquerque. On the 13th, from TRC, is Reverend Sandy. On the 20th is Reverend Vicky from Las Cruces. And on the 22nd is Dr. Edward. Woohoo! Thursday evening group continues to meet at 7 o'clock here in the social hall or on Zoom, so you can get the coordinates from either Cleona or from Edward. And yes, Miss Judy.
Thursday's the 4th of July. Are you still having group? It's
Friday is the 4th.
Yes.
Okay. It's Independence Day Eve on Thursday, the 3rd. First word sounds like Thursday night fireworks. Where are they going to be? The city has them on Thursday night. Electric light parade on Thursday, and then my neighborhood, they've been already shooting off fireworks. My dogs are going nuts, so whatever. Okay, 4th of July concert will be held at 10 o'clock at Atkinson's Recital Hall, played by Mesilla Valley Concert Band and the New Horizons Band. And you can celebrate with the patriotic spirit. And Judy, do you have anything to say, to add?
We haven't had rehearsals yet, so
It'll be a jam session for the 70. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, the July outing is actually a July inning, as we will be here at Wellspring on Saturday, July 5th, and we're going to have an old-fashioned 4th of July barbecue. We'll meet here. One place says 5, one says 5:30, so we'll meet at 5:15, or whenever you get here. Please bring a side dish. There is a sign-up list over there. And Wellspring will provide hot dogs and hamburgers. Okay. And the buns. If you need gluten-free, please bring your own bun. Okay. Dr. Juan Robles has a book, and we have it at the bookstore. The book is My Alchemical Journey into Holistic Health. It's a memoir of wisdom, healing, and transformation. It's an invitation to explore the deeper connections between health, spirituality, and the natural world. And July, August Science of Mind issue is also available. And we have this month a full moon celebration. It's July 10th, it's the buck moon, and contact Dr. Robles. He's back from Puerto Rico. He was there visiting family. And always, our prayer team remains ready to serve and to support you. You may submit a request via our webpage, or we do have hard copies at the back there you can give to Edward. Prayer team meets virtually on Tuesday afternoons at 4:15 to pray with you. You may consider sitting in your quiet space during that time. We know that we are one in spirit, and the energy of prayer knows no limits. And now, time for the invocation. As we settle into our seats, we know that we are supported here by like-minded people, and Spirit is here flowing in, through, and around each one of us, supporting us on our own spiritual journey. We give great thanks for this beautiful day in New Mexico, and we remember those who are struggling with fires and flooding, knowing that all is in divine order and everyone is safe. So we give great thanks as we come together and we say, and so it is. And now, if you're able, please stand. Judy will play for us our Song of Joy.
No, they're gonna sing too.
Yes, please stand and sing. It's in every one of us. Please be seated. Y'all sounded so pretty. Judy did a great job on the piano, tickling the ivories. Okay, if you would now please, let's read together our vision, mission, and our affirmation. Our vision: to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission: to support individual spiritual quests through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. And our affirmation: I shine brightly as a vessel of light and love, knowing I am one with the infinite. Every action I take is guided by divine wisdom and intention. I joyfully celebrate the boundless potential of this moment and all that is yet to come. And now our special music is by our very own Miss Judy. That was beautiful, Judy. Thank you for sharing your talent with us. And she thinks she doesn't know how to play the piano. But she's getting stronger every time she plays.
By the end of the month.
Okay,
No.
everybody stay tuned.
It's better at the end of the month.
Stay tuned. Yeah. We're going to have cards, 8, 9, 10.
8.5.
There you go. Well, I heard from Miss Donna. Her theme today is what feeds our soul. I was like, okay, how am I going to come up with a reading about this? So I just put it out. I said, Spirit, please gift me with a reading that would be perfect and appropriate. And this is what came to me. This is a story about a great African king who had 4 wives. He loved the 4th wife the most. He adorned her with rich robes and treated her to the finest delicacies. He gave her nothing but the best. He also loved his 3rd wife very much. He was proud of her and often showed her off to neighboring kingdoms. But deep inside, he feared that she might leave him someday for someone else. According to the story, he loved his 2nd wife too. She was his confidant, and whenever he faced problems, he would confide in her. She would always give him wise counsel and stood by him in difficult times. Now, the 1st wife was a very loyal partner. She had made great contributions to maintaining his wealth and kingdom. But the king hardly noticed her. He loved the others more. One day, the king fell very ill. He knew his time was short. He thought of his luxurious life and wondered, I have 4 wives with me, but when I die, I will be all alone. So he called his 4th wife and said, I have loved you the most. I gave you the finest clothes, the best of everything. Now I am dying. Will you follow me and keep me company? No way, she replied, and walked out of the room without another word. Her answer cut like a sharp knife into his heart. He moved to the 3rd wife. The sad king then asked his 3rd wife, I have loved you all my life. Now that I'm dying, will you follow me? No, she said. Life is too good. When you die, I'll remarry. His heart sank deeper. He then asked his 2nd wife, I have always turned to you for help, and you've always been there. Will you follow me now? I'm sorry, she said gently. I can't help you this time. At best, I can walk with you to your grave. The king was devastated. He was ashamed of meeting the 1st wife because he had not treated her well. Then he heard a voice, I will go with you. I will follow you wherever you go. The king looked up, thinking one of the 3 had changed her mind. But there was his 1st wife. She was so thin, so frail, so neglected. He broke down in tears and was filled with regret. I should have taken better care of you when I had the chance, he whispered. Well, this story isn't just about a king. It's about us. It's about you and about me. We all have 4 wives in our lives. The 4th wife is our body. No matter how much time and money we spend on it, it will leave us when we die. The 3rd wife is our possessions, wealth, and status. They go to others after we're gone. The second wife is our family and friends. They may cry, they may walk with us to the grave, but no further. The first wife is our soul, often neglected, taken for granted, forgotten. Yet she is the only one that follows us to the land beyond. So while we feed our bodies, chase wealth, and rely on people, don't forget your soul. Feed it with the Word of God. Grow it in love, because at last, only one thing leaves with you, and that's the only one you've forgotten the most. So take care of your soul. And now it's my great honor to bring up Donna.
Wow, Vicki, that was amazing. That was perfect. It was perfect. Oh my God. Thank you. See, I already cried. I haven't even talked yet.
You're welcome.
The joke is that I cry at supermarket openings and Hallmark commercials. It's true. So, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to read you an affirmation before we get started. And it's from Samriti. And it's from May 16th, 2004. And I have saved a lot of stuff from the beginnings of Wellspring, and that one just... Anyway. My life is founded in the Spirit, and the truth fills me with a conviction that is unshakable. Know a peace that has no ending, and a joy without limits. My present is abundant with the fullness of life, and my future is rich with possibility. I trust that nothing can cast a shadow on my path because I am in the goodness of God, and so it is. I just love that. You know, affirmations are powerful, and it's one of my favorites. I want to make a disclaimer this morning. I've struggled with this talk a lot. And I want you to know I don't know everything. I know this is a shock to many of you, except for my husband, perhaps. And I don't claim to. So if anything I say makes it sound like that, it was not my intention. I wish to share today. That's all. So, Harry and I made a trip just before Mother's Day to see my mama and my sister in Hutto, Texas, so that we could be there for Mother's Day. I really wanted to see my mama for Mother's Day. And the weather was amazing. We had some really good times. I got this skirt from the secondhand store. My sister has the coolest secondhand store ever, and I got this skirt. Harry helped a lot. He helped my mom and my sister with some repairs. They hate asking him, but he loves helping them. We sat in the garden at my sister's that my mother lovingly takes care of, and just, it brings her great joy. We walked the dogs, my sister and I. We got alone time, and we binge watched Reacher, because we don't have that kind of TV program, so that was kind of cool. So one day, late afternoon, beautiful afternoon, we're hanging out, probably wine was involved, and we're chatting about a lot of different things. And something in the conversation came out, something related to what feeds your soul. And I'm like, oh, that's it. Now this was Mother's Day, right? So almost a month ago. Well, over a month ago. My talks don't come to me a month ahead of time. It's usually like the week before. Although I'm asking like from this Sunday until the next Sunday I talk. I thought this is going to be the most awesomest talk title, and I just have to remember it. And then I promptly forgot it. So we get home, and I'm like, sis, what was that? What was the title? So I think my sister and my mom talked, and they were able to share it with me. And that was going to be the talk. So then a few weeks later, Edward and the Wellspring community comes up to the property, our house, and picks up rocks for the labyrinth. And Edward said, do you have a title for the talk yet? And I said, yes, I'm so excited. And he said, well, what is it? I said, what feeds your soul? And Edward says, chocolate. Okay, I don't know if you remembered that. That is what you said that day. And I thought, which I didn't expect from Edward, because, it's Edward. I just didn't expect that. So, and that's what I was going to start with, was because I think, and I really pray a lot about what I'm going to talk about and what my message is going to be. And I realized that you need to feed your body and your soul. Just like Vicky's wonderful story, this message. I loved that. I'm going to go back and watch it again. If we don't feed both lovingly and with good nourishment, the right foods that keep us healthy, the right thoughts that help us see our world clearly, we end up unhealthy in body and soul. And excuse the words. I don't want to say right, because that implies wrong. I'll say good. Let me replace it with the good things for us individually. Because what is good for me is not good for Judy, or Sharon, or Vicky, or anyone. I have no business saying what's right for anybody but myself. But what doesn't serve you is what I'm talking about. Because if we don't take what serves us, spiritually and physically, it will affect us, always. So now I know that Edward apparently loves chocolate, maybe not. Harry loves chocolate. Could be ice cream, could be coffee, could be carrots, chips, salt, but whatever it is, it's still a great analogy. Our bodies need the right environment. We need warmth, and we need cool, we need food, we need shelter, we need good foods to be healthy, and both our spirit and our soul need tender, loving, thoughtful care to bloom and to keep blooming. Our soul loves great authors, great stories, great adventures, both spiritually and physically, great community to feed our soul. So I love Google searches, doesn't everybody? Because you can put anything in, anything. I told you my grandson says everything's on Google, Nana. It's overwhelming. There's hundreds of thousands of responses. Well, obviously, I'm not looking at hundreds of thousands, but I'm just opening myself up and going, okay, what am I going to grab for my talk? And so I saw a lot of ads on whose book I should buy and how they were going to help me, which is cool. That's fine. And I realized that I have really good instincts about what resonates in my tummy and what speaks to me. And that a lot of it wasn't going to serve me about this talk or in my future. But there were some gems. There were some definite gems on what has served me that I didn't know and that I'd hoped would serve you. I think whatever practices or activities that we choose is supposed to help us, lead us to a feeling of peace and joy and fulfillment. I think what feeds our soul connects us to the sense of where we fit in the world and where we connect with our purpose. You see, in my humble opinion, however, I think humans look outside of ourselves for our validation. We're looking for others to give us, yes, you've got this, you understand it, you've reached your goal, you're at the pinnacle of your success, whatever that means. We look outside ourselves for things to feed our soul, for stuff to feed our soul. We collect people. We collect events. We collect groups of people. within which to validate ourselves. I also believe, in my humble opinion, that there's no one answer, at least for me. And finally, my opinion of me is more important. Although I did spend much of my life seeking approval and validation. Anybody else ever do that? You have probably heard this saying, because I learned it way many years ago when I first got into Science Mind. What you think of me is none of my business. And you know what? I think that's right. That's not to say that we hurt people or walk on people or don't care. We cannot let other people define who we are. We can't do that. We shouldn't do that. Speaking for myself, not telling you what to do. We need to make ourselves happy. Just saying. I just don't think people feed our soul. This community feeds my soul. Each and every one of you, friendships feed my soul. And this is going to sound really weird, but I think I've actually learned there's a difference between need and want. I want you in my life. But I've learned that there are things I don't need. Does that make sense? I think you can have special people in your tribe. Harry's my special person. You can have a circle that can love and support you. I don't think another human being can feed your soul. I just don't. And maybe that's a crazy thought, but I also do not think anyone has power to make us happy or fulfilled. I don't think anyone has the power to truly make us mad or glad, unless we give them the power to do so. And having spent many years of my life giving my power away to mostly employers and other people, I know that's a true statement for me. I think we allow ourselves to believe that our happiness lies outside of ourselves. It does not. I do not believe that it does. Money makes things easier, right? Doesn't make us happy. But my husband has a saying, they just don't know where to shop. Which, okay, I can get that, babe. I can see that. But seriously, when I was working on this, it was very difficult because I kept feeling like I was talking about me. Me. And then I realized that every person in this room has been an example to me in one way, shape, or form. And I can be an example, and you can take what I say, or you can throw it away. It's okay. And I realized that I don't need to worry about my feelings being hurt, and that's when I decided I better do a disclaimer. And then I went, it kind of defeats the whole idea of the talk, Donna, but okay. I told you I struggled with this. But what was really cool is I thought about, for me, what has fed my soul? What has helped me be peaceful? What has helped me feel so joyful, so happy? And the most amazing times when I have been at peace was when I felt connected with my deepest heart's desire. And when I felt joyful and fulfilled was when I teach. I always wanted to teach. Didn't know what I wanted to teach, but I wanted to teach. I helped teach in my career. Helping others feeds my soul. Teaching and sharing the knowledge that I have feeds my soul. Feeding others in my home feeds my soul. Gatherings feed my soul. Listening to others feeds my soul. But I'm not being validated by that. I'm reaching outside of myself and I'm touching others in whatever way I am able with my skill set, my toolkit, what I have to share. I'm making a difference in my life. That's my purpose. What can feed your soul? These are thoughts that have helped me, and I hope they help you. Forgiveness. Forgiveness can open up a very hard place in your heart and in your body and in your entire being. Forgiveness affects us both physically and in our soul. Forgiveness can open that hard place up. It releases old stuff, and it frees up a lot of space for new stuff. Good feelings, happy feelings, love, joy, peace. Gratitude. Being grateful for who you are. Who you are, who you have been, and who you will become. Gratitude. Acts of kindness. Again, not seeking validation. Oh, look at me, I'm nice and I'm good and I did this for you. No, no, no. You're choosing kindness as a part of paying it forward. It's not for personal gain or gratification, look at me, but as an example to others. With no expectation of return, you're a shining example in the world. Meditation. Meditation is really hard. I don't like meditating much. When I was a Buddhist, I don't know that I ever really got it, because I thought a lot of other things it was, not what we were supposed to be thinking about. But I finally figured out meditation for each and every one of us is different. Meditation can be swimming. Meditation can be sitting silent. Meditation can be dowsing. Meditation can be lots of different things, because guess what? There's no rules. You don't have to do what everybody else does. You can learn to hear the small, still voice inside of you, which I did figure out eventually, and learn how to listen to it, because it's trying to reach you. It's trying to speak. It also helped me connect with my, not just the still small voice about the big things, but the little things, that intuition. But it helped me understand what's my passion, what's my desire. And they're not big, they're not huge, they're not life-altering, but they're good enough for me. And they can be good enough for you too. Creating. Expressing yourself through art or music or writing or whatever it is to help you feel your talent. That was a tough one for me. And you know what I figured out? I'm not a writer. I can't draw. I can't paint. But I cook really good. And that's my creative talent. And I feed people and it gives me great joy. So your creation can be whatever it looks like for you. What feeds your soul is personal and unique to you. We just each have to discover what brings us meaning. And we have to make sure we honor ourselves by making time for it. That one's for you, sis. I'm so busy. I have to do this. I have to do that. We've talked about this before. There's always time for everybody else. And unfortunately, for most of us in the audience as women, it's in our DNA. It's deep. It's ancient. It goes millennials. We have been caring for everyone forever. We have a really hard time caring for ourselves. That's not selfish. But society, not necessarily, my mother never taught me it was selfish, but somehow we pick it up in, I don't know, sound waves or something. It's not true. It's not selfish. It is not selfish to take time. And I'm not saying men are better. I think they're a little better at it because we help enable it. I don't think they did it to us. I think it just is. So we need to honor ourselves. We need to make the time. I believe that I and perhaps others have told ourselves we don't deserve happiness or joy or abundance or healthy relationships and more. That feeding our souls is selfish. No, it's not selfish. Aren't we part of God? Spirit, the divine, Mother, Father, God? So I don't think they're selfish. Just saying. We have the right. We have the right to stand up for what we want. We have the right to pursue our dreams, to make a difference in our own life. We have the right to find out what our purpose is. We have the right to pursue our spirituality. I realize that may feel or sound strange to say, do the things that make you happy, joyful, passionate, enthusiastic. Because I can imagine someone saying, sorry, Donna, you really can't do that all the time. You really can't. Why not? Yes, I can. Yes, I am. And yes, I do. Most of the time. I have bad days. I have sad times. But you can ask my husband, as annoying as it is, I wake up happy and joyful almost every day. No matter how much I hurt, how much my arthritis is bothering me, or what my evening held, or if I've had a difficult conversation, I'm grateful most of the time. I am pretty darn passionate about my life. I know that surprises every one of you. My surroundings, and most importantly, me. I'm finally really, really happy with me. I can't lie. It's not 100% of the time. That's totally garbage. I'm thinking 90, 95% of the time. That seems like a lot. I wake up in the morning. Woohoo! Oh my gosh. But over these 70 years that it's taken me to figure this out, it was glorious, and it was messy, and it was hard, and it was easy, and it was good, and it was bad, and it was a journey, and it's not over. I'm still on it, and I get that. I am going to choose joy, and I'm going to choose happiness. It broke my heart when I was talking to Vicki earlier about the bus driver. I could see the pain in her face. It hurt my heart so badly. And I know she has the tools to work through it, and she will. But when she was on the podium today and she read that story, she was choosing how she was going to share that story that she had Spirit teach her. It will come back. The joy will come back. The happiness will come back. We just have to keep choosing it on the bad days, on the hard conversations, on the painful days. I want to keep continuing to try to choose peace and fulfillment and joy and happiness. Well, Donna, goody for you. That's great. But what about you? Or you may be saying, what about me? This is great, Donna. Yeah, whatever. I'm getting a little tired of your goody two-shoes stuff. That's okay. You can feel that way. Here's some things that, again, more things that have helped me, and I hope they'll help you. And this one's hard. Can you allow yourself to be happy? Can you take that knapsack of crap from your life and throw it on the ground? Can you allow yourselves to be happy? You have a right as a spiritual being to be happy. and joyful. And sometimes, for some reason, there's stuff. There's stuff from the past, our upbringings, others leading us to believe we don't deserve to be happy. Happiness and unhappiness can be a habit. I'm going to choose the happiness habit. Healthy habits, healthy life. You've heard of the 21 days. I don't know if you have, but they say, whoever they are, that if you do something for 21 days, that it will become a habit. So I started walking, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, when it's cool. I hate exercise. It's icky. I don't want to do it. I'm not exercising. I'm meditating. And that's what I have chosen to tell myself to get to my 21 days. I'm in the middle of it right now. I've chosen it to be walking meditation. I'm staring at the mountains. I'm staring at my neighbor's dog Whiskey walking towards him and smiling with those big old puppy grins. I'm listening to the birds, all the sounds. Now, you know where I live. I live in Las Cruces. There's not a lot of green, but there is. Have you looked at the mountains? There's like all these different weird colors of green. It's our green. And I think I can do this. I can do this for 21 days. And it's probably good for me, but just don't tell anybody. I hate exercise. I think your soul wants you to be happy. Let's try it. Your soul has a purpose, whether you're 10 or 20 or 60 or 92, Mom. You can find it. And it will make a difference to you in this lifetime. And it can change. You don't have to you don't get one. Oh, you get one purpose, and I guess that's all I get. We believe that the universe is infinite. So can we have more than one purpose? The soul longs for meaning. What are you passionate about? What makes you smile besides chocolate? Do you give or take for yourself the time to look, to explore, to enjoy what might make you happy, that you're passionate about? If we subscribe to the thought that God or Spirit is all there is, and that we are one with Spirit, does that not mean Spirit, Mother, Father, God, the universe, wants us to be happy, fulfilled, and our soul at peace? I'm just saying. So I looked for connections between some of my favorite spiritual writers and their feelings about feeding your soul and our connection to the divine. You can put that in Google. You can put Margaret Stewart's feelings on feeding your soul. It was so cool. I'm not that smart, so I just looked it up. What I found, and I have a lot of books, but do you know how much it takes to go back through all those books looking for that one gem? Oh my gosh. It's hard. What I found was they're basically one and the same. Spirit, the divine, feeding your soul, it's all the same. Eckhart Tolle said, what truly nourishes the soul is presence, being fully in the present moment, connecting with one's inner self. He also emphasized that the soul is fed by recognizing the I or you within. It is the essence of who we are. Ernest Holmes said, what feeds your soul includes love, faith, hope, and activities that bring joy and pleasure. He emphasized positive thinking. I got that one. I think I figured that one out. Self-awareness and connecting with Spirit. And last but not least, because you know I love Margaret Stewart, said recognizing oneness with God and the divine good that flows through you constantly is related to what feeds your soul. She felt that recognizing our innate divinity, connecting to Spirit, to God, the divine, and allowing the spiritual gifts of joy to manifest in our life, that was the answer. She said, feeding your soul involves recognizing innate divinity, connection with the divine, and allowing, there's that word again, the spiritual gifts of joy and creativity to manifest in your life. We believe that thoughts are things, and they can also be prayers. I think that what I'm going to read to you is actually a song, and it's from 2004, and I don't know the author. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there, and every thought becomes a prayer. Think thoughts that soar, put wings on your tomorrows, that lifts you from your sorrows. Claim a higher point of view, a place both bold and new, and know that Spirit sees you through. And every dream you dream comes true. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there, and every thought becomes a prayer. Namaste. Will you join me in prayer? Wow. God really is all there is. Spirit, enthroned around us always. And each time we remember that our thoughts become our reality and they become the food for our soul. That little reminder, that divinity, that connection, that beautiful, beautiful connection to Spirit brings us back to everything, every answer, everything we need to nourish our soul, to nourish each other, to be a shining light in the world. I said it before, it's simple, but it's not easy to remember that. But God, Spirit, the divine, is connected to each of us. And all we have to do is grab onto it, hang on for that glorious, messy, crazy ride, and know that the truth is within each and every one of us. And sometimes it whispers, and sometimes it shouts and tells us what we need to do to be everyone and everything we can possibly be for ourselves. For ourselves. And so I encourage everyone to grab onto that, whatever their dreams or their purpose, their hopes, their passion, and they accept it as their birthright, that they allow it to be their truth. And they shine it into the world in whatever way that looks. And I know that this is true. And I know that it is so. And I'm so grateful for this time, this day, this sanctuary, the people in this room. I am thankful that I am allowing myself to accept it and embody it. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. So grateful. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. And I let it go. And so it is. Amen. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
I can only imagine how much more beautiful that would be if you actually thought you could play the piano. Good job, Judy. Now, if somebody would please, Sharon's ready with the basket. Now it's time for our tithing, our gifts. We give great thanks for these offerings, those given in person and those that we will receive virtually later on. We know that giving and receiving is all part of one flow, and we are part of that flow. And we give great thanks knowing that Spirit moves miracles through these gifts as we share with our community. And it is multiplied many times out into the community. As we say, and so it is. Thank you, Sharon. There's a number of folks who've contributed to the production of this service today, and we are very grateful for their service. We have Cleona back running the techie, and Brenda on camera. Edward set things up. Sharon, thank you for your service. And Donna, bless you. Thank you for being here and for sharing your wisdom with us. You have fed our souls today. Thank you. And Miss Judy, bless you for tickling the ivories in such a beautiful way. And thank all of you for being here, for being a part of it. And me, thank you. If you don't know, I'm very shy. Yeah, right. Okay. We thank you for joining us out in Zoom land, all the way from Texas. Thank you, Mama and Sis. And if you'd like to stick around after and visit in Zoom, otherwise, please meet over in the fellowship hall. And remember the barbecue next Saturday, 5:15. And there is a sign-up sheet over there so you can see what people are going to bring, and it's a yummy menu. Okay, if you would please stand if you're able and read with me the benediction and followed by our congregational song. Spirit in the midst of us is mighty. Joy, peace, and eternal life are our true nature and flow through us into the world, and so it is.